Hello, hey there everyone, how you doing? This is kind of a follow-up video to the Q&A one that I put out about a month ago. Got like 6 questions, yay! It's funny, I got so many more for my 300 subs, but oh, all good. I'm excited to bring you some answers. And if you wanted to ask questions and I don't know, didn't get the chance or forgot or whatever, I don't know, leave them in the bottom of this one. All good. So let's see. The first question I have is, I was going to show you, I'm trying to think what the easiest way to edit this is going to be. I'm going to bring it up as text on the screen. All right. First question by Comet, who is a new friend I got on Twitter. What made you want to do music for a living? Hang on. Yeah. What made you want to do music for a living? Well, I don't do music for a living. Oh my god. Don't mind those. Those are my gym clothes just hanging up. I keep panning to them. I'm bad at this. So, alright, the first question. What made you want to do music for a living? I don't actually do music for a living. Music is just a hobby of mine. It's a lot of fun and I really enjoy it. But my actual job is I'm a draftsman, which is kind of like... It's kind of like being an architect, I suppose. I do a lot of 3D modeling and drawings and stuff for like big mine sites in Western Australia. Do sort of a lot of drawings of like stairs, conveyors, mechanical guards that go around things, sort of some structural type stuff. A lot of 3D modeling for a whole bunch of different stuff. That's my actual job. Which I quite enjoy. It's a trade, kind of like being like a fitter or a boilermaker or something like that, except at the same time it has kind of enough of a creative element to also be enjoyable in that way. So yeah, that's what I actually do for a job, but maybe I'm just trying to think if there's any other way to answer this question. Like, what made me want to do music? I actually started playing guitar in about year 10 in high school. I was about, is that around 15 or something? And I had a lot of fun with it. But even from the first moment I started playing, or pretty much, I mean, gosh, it sounded a bit cheesy, but even very early on, I was trying to write new things myself rather than playing cover songs. I mean, of course, I would always start with like, learning Metallica riffs and Megadeth riffs and sort of different things like that, sort of really iconic kind of guitar riffs, which are a lot of fun. But I always enjoyed making music, and the more I did it, because, I mean, that was, like 15 years ago I started now, because I'm 30. So old. But yeah, I've always enjoyed writing music, and I've got tons and tons of sort of unreleased songs that I wrote in old bands, and then old acoustic songs, like Sky of Colours, for example, which I know you like, Comet, was a song that I wrote in... I kind of went through like different periods of songwriting. Like I was in my own sort of heavy metal band that I created when I was about 18. I wrote all the songs for us. Very few of them are sort of recorded. They're all really bad. Well, they're not all really bad. At the time, they felt cool and fun, but looking back, there's like, I don't know. But after that, I actually wrote about 50 or so just acoustic songs where I would write them and sing them, but I didn't really have the best recording equipment, and would sort of have to record them as like a one-take thing, and it was bad. There was no metronome, there was no timing or anything. It was pretty rough. But I wrote quite a few songs in that period where they have potentially, and could be redone. And Sky of Colours was one of those ones that I was listening back to and thinking, I reckon I could redo that. And that one turned out pretty well. There's actually another one that I have redone as well, but I am waiting for someone to do the vocals on that. So that's potentially another one that could be coming back from sort of an older period where I used to write songs in a different way. I've kind of turned that question into a biggest sort of question, I guess. I don't know. Hopefully that kind of answers it. But yeah, I've always enjoyed writing music. I'll always be writing music. I might take some breaks here and there, but writing music is a part of who I am. And yeah, it's something I'll always be doing. Question number 2. What made you join the Brony community? What made me actually join the Brony community? So I started watching the show. I kind of enjoyed the show. That's another question coming up, so I don't want to go over that too fast. But what actually made me want to join the Brony community? Well, when I discovered Bronies and I discovered My Little Pony, and I kind of enjoyed that, and then I was an observer of the fandom for a while before actually joining it. So there are a few people, sort of like Saberspark and Dusty Cat and Scribbler, and sort of like ANY Pony, and a few others sort of at the time when I started getting into the show, that I just started watching a whole bunch of their videos and really enjoying them. And at the time when I thought, right, I want to take part in this, I can write music. There's musicians in this place. I've just bought this new equipment that allows me to record music on my computer. Ooh. And I wasn't good at using it yet. Arguably I'm still not very good at using it. But I thought, right, I'm going to have a go at getting into this fandom. So first thing I tried to do is I wrote about 2 or so songs, which are like some of the very earliest songs on my channel. One of them's called Crescendo. That was a heavy one. And the other one I think is Ghost or Ghosts, something like that. I suppose if you see my uploaded videos and you scroll down to the very, very, very bottom, you'll see the first 2 that I uploaded. I remember I wanted to make one heavy one and one sort of pretty-ish one, because if you listen to my stuff, you'll know I do both sides of that spectrum. So I wanted to make one of each, and then I thought, right, I'll make a new YouTube, create a persona. I went with reverb because it's like my favorite effect on guitar. It's the way I like to play solos as well. I like sort of slowish, kind of really echoey solos rather than super fast-paced ones, because I can't play them very well. So that was why I created my persona. Gosh, I'm kind of almost making up my own questions through this. But so I made my persona, I made my YouTube channel, I uploaded those 2 songs, and then all the content creators that I listened to, which was about, I don't know, maybe 6 of them or so, I sent them all a message and said, like, I'm new to this fandom, I love what you do, I love My Little Pony. I want to be part of this fandom, and I love what you do, and you've inspired me to become a part of this fandom. So I wanted to share what I've created with you. And I was a little disheartened in a way, because, like, at the time, I think this was around 2013, there was this whole big sort of persona around the fandom of, it is super, super welcoming and super welcoming, I suppose. And everyone will encourage you to be a part, and everyone will love you, I suppose. And but a lot of the people who I thought would reply didn't end up really replying, and I didn't really get much of any views on those songs. There were a couple that replied. ANY and Scribbler are 2 that come to mind that replied and were really quite sweet. And ANY gave me some feedback on my songs, and so did his friend Biter, who I chatted with around the start of the fandom. I think those 2 were doing a podcast at the time, or sort of like reviews of the episodes. And Scribbler was someone who I was really taken back by her reply, and she was really, really nice and the most welcoming out of anyone that I'd talked to in the fandom, and I actually kept a back and forth dialogue with me, and we would just be chatting for a good while, because I think she actually had a similar sort of reception into the fandom, and I was a little disheartened, and she she also said that her experience was pretty similar, so her and I sort of bonded over that, and obviously things, yeah, things got even better with us, and now we're engaged. So how about that? I'm trying to think if that answered the question. What made me join the Brony community? Hopefully it did. I don't know. It was like a pretty wide sweep of a whole bunch of answers, but yeah. Thank you so much, Comment, for asking me a couple of questions. The next question I have is from AJ Pony, or it's AJ Pony, AP's channel. Awesome. He asked, what is your favourite or least favourite type of fruit and vegetables? There's actually, fruits I find pretty easy. I love apples. Well, I mean, I love specific kinds of apples. I love pink lady apples when they're in season. I love jazz apples. The jazz apples are probably my favourite when they're in season. Fuji apples when they're in season are quite good. Here's the type of apple that I've only really had in England because they're not available in Australia, but I loved Braeburn apples. Braeburn is delicious. Yeah, not a fan of Granny Smith apples. Sorry, Granny. Not tasty enough. Good for cooking though. Good for making apple sauce. I love apple sauce made out of Granny Smith apples. But also, I really, really love William Bartlett pears when they're in season. Now, I'm not sure if this is an Australian thing or not, but they're only in season for like a month of the entire year, really. And if you get them right at the perfect time and you get like the perfect pear, it's amazing, absolutely beautiful. But when they're not like perfectly in season and perfectly ripe, they taste really flowery and not as great. And sort of other types of pears I find too crunchy. But yeah, William Bartlett pears, when they're in season and they're perfectly ripe, they are so juicy and so delicious and very, 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 very nice. Yeah, and actually, I really like watermelon. Watermelon's quite good. When I was going for my Taekwondo grading, I just had like nothing but watermelon for days, and it was the best. But I don't have watermelon a lot because, I don't know, it's kind of harder to store and to do. It's harder to store. I don't have the room for it, and you got to cut it up and cut it into pieces and throw bits away. I don't know. I find apples easier. I'm pretty much a sucker for convenience, and watermelon is delicious but not convenient. So I don't really have much watermelon, but I do like watermelon. Least favorite type of fruit? I don't know. I mean, the rest of the fruits I don't really have much. Like, I mean, I don't mind oranges and strawberries, and I'm not that big a fan of rockmelon. I'm not going to go through all of them because it'll be just crazy. I've gone through most though, but I mean, I just don't really have many other ones. Yeah, I don't think there's a particular one that I absolutely hate. I'm sure there is. I'm sure that after I record this, I'll absolutely think of it, but I can't think of it now. Favorite types of vegetables? I love carrots, beans, snow peas, peas. I love peas. I quite like broccoli. I like cauliflower. There's a lot of vegetables I don't like. I don't like Brussels sprouts. Sorry, Scribbler. I've kept the ones that you bought in the freezer though. I haven't thrown them away yet. Don't like asparagus. Yeah. Oh, I hate spinach. I hate spinach and I hate cabbage. Very yuck. Not for me. I don't like Rocket. I like Rocket Raccoon. He's good. He's good. Yeah. Those are some of my favourite fruits and vegetables. I love vegetables when they're like roasted though, or steamed vegetables. I'm a big fan of them cooked rather than raw. I don't mind those ones raw, but I love them when they're cooked and roasted. Roasted's the best. I'm hungry now. God damn it, AJ Pony. Next questions is from Mummy Delugo. Hi, Mammy. Mammy is an awesome, awesome, awesome new friend. She is such an angel. Such a good person. I'm very, very lucky to have her as a friend of mine. Her first question, what got you into MLP? So, like, this is around the time when the Bronies was like such a huge sort of phenomenon around the place. And I was curious. I was like, what caused this? I mean, I thought there must have to be something decent about this show to be so compelling to so many people who would be out of the typical demographic of such a show like this. And I'd seen sort of like, I don't know, like memes of the characters, and I thought, this doesn't look like My Little Pony, the kind of My Little Pony that I remembered from like the 80s and the early 90s and stuff like that. And I liked the way it looked. I liked that they didn't look a lot like horses, I suppose, if that makes sense. Like, the way they're drawn is almost kind of like if you really, really simplified a horse and kind of crossed it with like a cartoon mouse, almost, in a way. I don't know. I liked the design. I liked the aesthetic. I thought it was cute and not super horse-like. So I started watching the show. I watched the first 2 episodes, as everyone sort of does, and thought, yeah, there was just barely sort of enough in them to keep me intrigued enough to watch a few more. And after a few more, again, I started to see sort of what the appeal of this all was, and I could kind of see how it was starting to hook people in. And then I think like a few more again, and I was like, oh, this is actually pretty great. This is actually really quite entertaining and really quite fun. And then, yeah, I think I started watching the rest of the episodes slowly, and then started watching the videos, and then I suppose I was in. Yeah, and then it kind of links up to the other question that I answered before. These ones are a bit out of order, I guess, aren't they? There was only 6 questions. You'd think I could arrange them to make more sense, but I didn't. Question number 2. Favorite song from the series? Winter Wrap-Up's great. I'm a big fan of some of the early ones, for sure. I really liked Winter Wrap-Up. I just noticed the tap has been dripping. Has that been dripping the whole time? If you've been hearing that the whole time, I'm so sorry. What did I say? Winter Wrap-Up. Rarity songs? I really, really liked some of the early Rarity songs. Let me quickly look up what the songs are. My Little Pony episode songs. This is so unprofessional. So unprofessional. I have no idea what I'm doing. List of songs in My Little Pony. Alright, here we go. Winter Wrap-Up is great. Art of the Dress. I loved Art of the Dress. Art of the Dress was really good. What's that one? Popular? I really liked Rarity's song, Popular. That was good. Oh, that Hush Now Lullaby. I like a lot of things that came from that. Oh my god, they were all just the first season. Sorry, going over some. The Smile song was sweet. The Smile song was cool. I think those ones are some of my favourites. Like, I'm going through some of the other ones, and these ones didn't stick out as much for me. I wish I could include the Pinky Gypsy song, because I know that's a fan one, but that just sticks in my head so much as it's like the show. It sounds just like a song from the show, so I keep thinking of it as a song from the show. I'm like, oh, I really like that song in the show. It's like, oh, hang on, that was never in the show, but that was a good one. I like that one. That doesn't count, but I'm counting it. Last question, also from Mami DeLugo, is what my opinion is on the sirens. I don't mind them that much, especially for the movie they were in. They kind of worked. I thought they worked. They worked pretty well. I'd love to see more of them in the actual show, and to sort of see them like that. But like in general, I didn't really get into the Equestria Girls side of it all that much. Except for that one episode which has come out kind of recently where you could almost read a lot into it between like AJ and Rarity, that there's sort of a thing there, and it's really, really sweet and really adorable. And myself and a bunch of friends watched that episode at BronyCon this year, and it was such a fun time. It was so much fun, and I liked that one. That was cool. And there's definitely elements that I like of Equestria Girls from the different movies, but I mean, I don't mind the sirens. Yeah, not too bad. I thought the whole taco thing was pretty fun, and I like that one who does all the taco stuff. Gosh, I'm so bad. I don't even remember her name. Yeah, but yeah, I don't mind them. I don't mind them that much. No more than I don't hate them more than other things, I suppose. Yeah, yeah, they're not bad. And yeah, that's all the questions. This has gone for 22 minutes, which is a lot longer than I thought it would be to answer 6 questions. My goodness. If you made it this far, well done. And as I said before, if you got any other questions, leave them in the comments below. And yeah, I'll happily do a part 2 if if I get 6 more questions. But yeah, I don't know. Kind of made it work. Yeah. Thank you again, everyone, for subscribing. I still can't believe I've had 5,000 subscribers. It's pretty unreal. It's pretty insane, and I'm very, very, very grateful. My favorite part about writing my songs is being able to upload them and to see what you guys think. And it's really, really exciting, and I love sort of seeing the different comments come through, and a lot of them are also from some of the same people as well, and I get really excited by that as well, because especially when I see a comment on a song and I know what one's coming in a fortnight, and I'm like, I reckon you'll like that one as well. And then I also, like, I know some of the commenters as well, and I'll be looking forward to see if they like this one that I'm uploading, or if yeah, I don't know. It's exciting. But yeah, thank you. You've made my life better, and I really, really appreciate that. Let's see. This should be coming out on Friday. There's a car going past. Sorry if that was a bit loud. Didn't sound that loud. But yeah, next week I have a song which I'm really, really, really excited to show you guys. It's one that has been in the works for like 2.5 years. It's crazy. It's been in the works for such a long time, because I wrote it ages ago. I actually wrote it at the same time as I wrote, I'd say, Craving Chains, but even that one took a little while to come out because there was a lot of work on the vocals. But yeah, it's it's an old song, but I'm so proud of it. But it was waiting for a while for vocals, and in the end, I ended up doing all the verses myself. The verses, not the chorus. The chorus was done by the amazing Fritzy Beats. Love his voice. Love his voice. But yeah, I ended up doing the verses myself. I'm really excited to show you guys. I'm hoping it'll be good, because it's been a long time coming, and I've been dreaming of being able to upload this song for literally years, which is absurd. But yeah, some songs with vocals just take forever to come out. I mean, there's a question. I got a question on my recent song, Outlaw. Why I don't do more songs with vocals? It's because it's so hard. It's so hard sometimes working with other people. Yeah, and things just don't come out, or they stall for years. And when I try to upload something every 2 weeks, I mean, having something that takes years to complete kind of sucks. But yeah, but this one's done, and I'll be uploading it in a week. So yeah, looking forward to hearing what you think. Thank you so much for watching this. And yeah, if you have any more questions, leave them below. I'm repeating myself over and over. I'm just going to go now. Thank you. I love you guys. Bye.